Well, hello, my beautiful Cancerians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for September 2024. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Cancerians, this is your reading for the month of September. I can't believe it's here already, but here we are. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome, so let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? What do they need to know about the month ahead, September 2024? Well, we have officially moved into Virgo season, and let's just face facts there. This is a really big month for a number of reasons. It will literally be the wild card energetically that bridges us to the very intense climactic month of October. Anyway, let's not get ahead of ourselves and focus on September 1st, shall we? Heavyweight planets Pluto and Uranus are here to shake things up a little bit, as if we weren't already dealing with quite a lot. And of course, Saturn clashes with the new moon on the 2nd, and then there is also a full moon eclipse on the 17th of September to top things off. But let's just take a minute, catch your breath, and really dissect this to see how you can utilize this powerful energy to benefit or enrich your life personally in some way. Well, firstly, Virgo season encourages us all to be the best version of ourselves and to get practical, organized, and make serious progress to stay on track towards our goals. Saturn is a hard taskmaster, making sure that we get back to basics, remain grounded and focused in all our endeavors. So you may feel called to detox this month or set new health goals in motion, or even compelled to meticulously cast a critical eye on areas of your life that you feel could run a little smoother. But do be mindful, because you must be compassionate with your wonderful self, as it can be destructive to pursue perfection. Cleaning house metaphorically or repairing things physically, DIY, decluttering, and completing anything that you've started will be a primary focus now for you. But of course, we'll have to do a bit of a deep dive into the difficult stuff now. So if you'd rather not hear about the intense influences that the planetary alignments have in store for us this month, then please fast forward until all the cards are on the table. And if that's you, see you on the other side. And for the rest of you who want to stay on, let's talk about the combustible planet Uranus. It slows down to a stationary retrograde position on the 2nd of September, and it will be in the sign of Taurus. Now, this really is a big deal, as Uranus is a rebellious planet that tends to shock us or awaken us with brutal, global, or even personal truths. It can cause sudden restructures, U-turns on promises, disruptions, and even chaos. It can also amplify seismic or volcanic activity, especially in volcanoes that have remained dormant for quite some time. Increases in tornado or hurricane strengths, or even weather systems in general, could happen now as well. And from now until October, we could see large-scale power or internet outages, major travel disruptions too. Because Uranus tends to break things apart, to shift pressure or abolish things that are no longer working for us, to force us on a personal but also on a global scale to transform, fix, or find a solution for the better. What we do need to keep an eye on is the fact that Uranus is currently in the sign of Taurus. So this could see a critical wobble in the financial sector, or even a change in some countries of how they interact with money as a physical, tangible assets. So I would say this is a great idea to save down any financial statements as proof of funds, or even important documents or projects that you're working on, just in case there are gremlins in the system. Now, I'm not here to worry anyone or scare anyone. I only mention this because Pluto is also re-entering Capricorn. And the last time that happened was in 2008, if you know what I mean, when we had a major financial crisis. It will be there until the 19th of November. So I would say, you know, this is the catalyst, okay? This is the start, and it will filter out, let's put it that way. It's not going to be some big, huge event. It's going to be something that is slow, but there will be some fluctuations. Now, after 19th of November, that's when it will switch signs into Aquarius. And I mentioned this in my yearly forecast for 2024, that the last time Pluto entered Aquarius was 1778. A time of revolution. Now, I'm not saying that we will repeat that cycle, but it could lend itself to some pretty turbulent energy. It's not all doom and gloom, of course, but I have to be honest with you, and most of you who stayed on to listen to this part, you can already feel the shift and where it could be potentially headed. On a positive note, this combination could expose major corruption in long-standing establishments to tear down the curtain of secrecy, revealing global truths. Shocking news that brings change to the status quo. There could also be some breakthroughs in new technology that really benefits us. The combination of Uranus and Pluto could also see a sudden removal of a political figure too. On a global scale, there is a lot going on in the next 3 months, and I'm not going to lie to you, September, as I said, is that catalyst. But on a personal level, because there is a difference in the energy, the personal level, challenging times draw people together. Unity, choosing to coexist in harmony, perhaps even inspire people to look an alternative life path. More millionaires are actually made during this time too, so it is positive. And remember, we're currently in Virgo season, and Virgo is the great strategist, the calm in the chaos, who locks onto the goal beyond the chaos and strides boldly towards successfully making life happen on your own terms, regardless of the circumstances outside of yourself. It's about leaving the familiar to accomplish the extraordinary. So embrace this combustible energy to work with you and not against you. And of course, I have saved the best for last, okay, because we do have a glorious trine as our saving grace, which may actually take the edge off all of this energy. Venus will be in Libra, forming a trine with Jupiter, planet of good luck and auspicious outcomes. So for you personally, anything you've been working hard to accomplish will be met with positive results. And if you're looking for love, opportunities to meet new people are being sent your way. If you're already in a relationship, good times lie ahead as you team up to overcome any life challenges towards success and deepen your loving connection. So there's a lot going on, and looking at your energy, I mean, there's a little bit of overthinking at the end of the month about something. We'll tap into that there. But ultimately, you've got great cards. You've got great energy. I feel this is about balance, harmony in relationships. This is about, adhering to your own needs. And there's some extra luck coming your way. Suddenly, a wish is delivered. I mean, this is your outcome. Wheel of Fortune, 9 of Cups. This is fate, destiny intervening, 9 of Cups, to send you a wish or make you feel fulfilled in your destiny, that you've done a job well done for the month. I see you're going to be very productive, especially on things that you have in motion that you haven't finished yet. You may revisit these things, you may tweak it a little bit, or you may actually just be launching yourself into it and giving it a little bit more energy so that you can make progress on it. So it's a really great month to be bold and daring and focus on your responsibilities, your tasks. You're going to get a lot done. Very productive energy going on. But let's get to your first card. We've got the Justice card. So this is your protagonist energy. You're doing what you feel is right for your circumstances. You're honoring yourself and the people around you, because of course we've got the Lovers card there. So this is all about communicating, because we have that Queen of Swords there, communicating better in your relationships, being honest, being true. Some of you may even have a really deep conversation with either your partner or someone in your family or your soul tribe about how you've been feeling about things. Things that you're trying to leave behind. Perhaps you've been decluttering your mind in some way. Maybe there's been something that's been with you for quite some time that you want to express, or, maybe it could be that you reveal a secret to somebody. Somebody here really cares about you, and they want to offer you a kind ear of support. You know, sometimes we don't tell a person our secrets because we want them to help us or fix things. We just want someone to listen, to understand, to see us for who we truly are. So I feel you're going to have a conversation like that with someone meaningful in your life in the month of September, where they listen and they get you and they see you, and it just feels really nice and comfortable. They may offer a solution, or they may offer some advice, because there is an energy of advice coming out in your reading. But ultimately, I feel that just sharing it with this person is important to you, because it allows them to get in, to get closer to you. You want to allow this person in. This is what I see. You want them to understand you a little bit more. So it doesn't have to be a partner. It could be a friend. I mean, it could be a neighbor, for example. It could be that you tell someone something so that you can actually deepen the connection with them. And it doesn't have to be like a deep-rooted secret that you've been protecting for years. You're not just going to, trust a neighbor with that secret, of course. I feel this is about you revealing a part of yourself to open up a little bit more so you can allow the right people into your life or build deeper connections. So I feel a lot of you, especially since your third house is influencing you, and that's all about communication, I feel like you're looking at who deserves a place in your world and who you want to open up a little bit more to, so that you can reveal a bit more of yourself. And in doing so, you're going to notice that that person also feels comfortable to reveal parts of themselves as well, because it's about balance. Now, your third house is about finding your voice, and you do have the Justice card and you have the Queen of Swords there. So this is perfect third house energy here. This is about you speaking loud and proud to express yourself and your ideas. And that's why I'm excited to see the Lovers card there. For some of you, this is going to be choices you have to make. So you could be really hashing things out, being very cerebral this month, thinking about things that you need to make a decision on, and you're going to make the right choice that is benefiting you, but also the people around you. But also I get an energy here of you manifesting, because remember, the universe is listening. You're strongly in your law of attraction energy right now, because that's the third house. Speak loud and proud, express yourself and your ideas, especially to the universe, because that law of attraction is working really well for you. When you get the Lovers card on a grassroots level, it basically means, what does your heart want? What is your heart's desire? What are you manifesting? Because this is a card of attraction, of magnetism, of drawing things towards you that your heart really yearns for. So I feel anything that you desire, speak it out to the universe, speak your truth, write it down, create a list, because the universe is listening, and you will watch the universe take steps towards getting you to where you need to be or achieve whatever it is you want to get. And I feel also there's an energy here of you getting some wishes coming true here. But I feel also that you've been making a lot of effort into your life, because this card is a card of course, balance, harmony, peace of mind, doing what you feel is right. But it's also about the effort that you put into something and watching the payoff. There is definitely a payoff happening here, because this is the cause and effect card. So it can be that, if you've been making little effort in some area of your life or some relationship or some friendship, then of course there will be a strain, or that person may make little effort with you. I feel there's a balance there. Some of you are looking at reciprocity, that you've been an overgiver. You've given a lot of effort to something and you may have felt it's not fair. You haven't seen the results. Well, September is a month to correct that balance, and you're going to see some really great karma come back around towards you. Now, of course, the Justice card can be that you're weighing up options, especially since a decision needs to be made. But I feel with that Queen of Swords, you're erecting healthy boundaries. You're choosing what is right for you. And I feel like you're getting super organized this month in order to deal with the choices that you're making. The Justice card can also indicate some of you, you're going to be very busy, very productive. You're going to be paying close attention to administrative tasks, in particular, emails, phone calls, documents, things that you really need to get in order. For some of you, this could be that there is an expiry date of something that's looming and you want to get organized just to make sure you're on top of it. It could also be that you're looking at what you're connected to right now, because this is a card of connection. whether this is a service provider, a business, whether this is a business partnership. I mean, it could be right down to subscriptions that you have and, service providers. You're looking at whether they do the right service or whether you can get a better deal elsewhere. This is about contracts. It's about things that you connect to that make your life run smoothly. So if you feel that there is any service that perhaps is not going in your favor or has lapsed, or, sometimes we connect to a service provider and at the beginning they're kind of like, oh, we can provide you 100% service, we're great, here you go, here's our product. And then you buy into like a subscription and you're like, it's going really well for 3 months, and then suddenly there's a problem and you're like, oh, okay, need to contact customer service, no one can help me, pushed around from pillar to post. And then you're like, well, this is not working at all, what am I paying for? So some of you may be readdressing the balance this month on things that have not been running smoothly in your life. Remember that Virgo energy is affecting us all, and it means you're going to be super organized, looking at contracts, looking at expiry dates on visas, passports, maybe even contracts that are coming to an end, like where you live. It could be that, you have a landlord who is looking at changing the agreement in some way, or some of you may be taking charge to find a place elsewhere and you're looking at agreements. But ultimately, I feel like you're on top of things, you're organized, you're making the right decisions for you. And for some of you, especially if you're in a career, you may hear that someone in a high position or a position of authority leaves the environment, okay? And there's a bit of a reshuffle. So there could be restructures in your career or your working environment. And with the Five of Swords, it can cause a little bit of a deep thinking phase where people get a bit nervous or anxious about restructures, but actually I feel long-term it benefits the company that you work for, okay? And it actually opens up new opportunities within the company, okay? So there may be some downsizing going on, but I feel like there's a bit of a restructure. Looking at the outcome, I feel there may be a critical conversation that goes on and it'll benefit you long-term in a positive way. For some of you, you're thinking about leaving a position because something better is being offered to you, because I'm seeing status, seeing that you're stepping up in some way. So you could be looking at promotions at this time, or you're taking things to the next level in your career, and suddenly a new opportunity appears. This could be a promotion, but it could also be, I feel more than anything, for some of you, you're looking at the glass ceiling of where you're at, because we do have the Magician card in the resistance position. It could be that you feel that right now you're not utilizing your full potential, or you feel that you've got more to give the role that you've got, but there's no opportunity to flourish any further, so you're looking further afield. You could be having a conversation with your boss, maybe some sort of appraisal where you really say the difficult stuff, like, you know what, I love what I do. However, I want to grow in the company. And if there's no opportunity to step up or move into a different department or sector where you can lead, or where you can, financially elevate as well, then you may say, look, I'm going to have to look elsewhere for a role in order to staircase. And I feel like they will understand. They don't agree with it. They don't want to lose you with that Five of Swords there. So it could cause a little bit of tension, but ultimately I feel like you're doing what you got to do for you. And if you're putting your resume out there, I definitely see new opportunities. There's one going to come right by surprise. At first you're going to wonder, can I do this? Because that Five of Swords there with the Empress in the resistance position, it can indicate either there's something on the job spec that you feel you don't have on your resume, and it feels like, oh, maybe they won't take me because I don't have this thing. But I feel like you have to really look at what you do have to offer, have confidence in your skill set, and actually the Nine of Cups, your wish will be fulfilled, okay? I feel like there's some good news there for you. But taking it away from the career sector, because of course I will do a career reading, this is about getting the best out of life and variety being that spice of life. We do have the 9th house governing you at the end of the month, and this is all about the great quest for meaning. This is about connecting to your life's purpose. It's about, you deepening your connection with your higher self, and you may feel compelled to either book a spiritual retreat or have a bit of a getaway, some time for you, alone time, in order to get clear on, the next steps on your path. Also, This is a great time for learning. So some of you may enter into a contract of learning. You may pay for a course of study or maybe do something online, because there's a lot of Gemini energy floating around in your month, and that can be cerebral. It can connect to like online practices, or maybe you're launching a business online, or you're just having lots of ideas about how to, proceed on the next steps of your path. But this is a time, this month is at looking at the bigger picture for you so that you can make your dreams become a reality. I see that you're going to be very busy, okay? I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like you're looking at your responsibilities when you have this card, and I feel a lot of your responsibilities, of course, are to your family unit, the people that you really care about. It's all about love for you, but also, you can still be ambitious and do things for you. You can also go off and be independent, because that Lover's card is like, there's a time to be with your family and the people that you care about, your soul tribe, your siblings or your neighbors or whoever it is you want to be with or spend quality time with. But ultimately, there may be something that you feel that you need to go off and do alone at this time. Or for some of you, it's like you are with a group of people, but you are desiring a little bit more independence. So you may be wanting to either take a trip alone or go off to a market or something by yourself. I just feel there's an energy of exerting your independence. For some of you, if you live at home with your parents, for example, you absolutely love your parents, but of course you want to be independent. So you may actually decide to move out or find an alternative living arrangement, for example, or you're saving to purchase your own property. You're on the right track to being able to do that. But when you get the Lover's card, this is a very interesting card because it's choice. It used to be called the choice card. So I feel right now you're trying to make a major decision, a lifestyle choice. So some of you could be, for example, you could be cutting out things that drain you. For some of you, I feel like it's the way you see yourself that changes this month, because I feel a lot of you feel a little bit disconnected to a part of yourself that you feel like you've lost touch with. And I feel like you're reconnecting to that. There is an energy here where some of you have felt either low motivation, or you felt drained in your energy, or you've had so much on your plate that you've had to neglect your own needs. But September is a different kind of month where you're looking at yourself in a different way. Even the way that you look in the mirror at yourself is going to change, where it's almost like you're falling in love with yourself all over again, or falling in love with parts of yourself that took you a long time to love. You're just looking at yourself in a different way, because I feel there's a lot of personal development this month as well. Now, the Lover's card, it is an interesting card because it can indicate that there is a decision that needs to be made here, and the decision can connect to the sense of duty or things that you are tempted to do that are not connected to duty, okay, is what I see there. Because of course the snake represents temptation, and that's the connection to there may be something that perhaps is not so good for you, and sometimes you're just tempted to do it. For example, critical thinking or inner critic. We are tempted to wallow in feelings of being not enough, or feeling that we're hard done by, or where we feel someone has said something to us and we feel a bit of a victim. We all go through these stages, okay? And for some of you, it's like there may be some thoughts looming, because we have that Five of Swords there. There may be some thoughts looming where it sets you into feeling negative, okay? So whether it's something someone said, or whether it's an experience you're having, could be a boss micromanaging you, could be a neighbor giving you a problem. I feel, we can slip into that negative side where we feel a little bit down in our thoughts. And it's something that is a cycle or a pattern that you've noticed. And that's the easy route to be tempted to slip into that sort of like negative thinking. Or you could establish your power and make sure that no one has the potential to change how you feel. You accept the situation as it is. You get on with your day-to-day stuff. You don't allow it to infiltrate your peace of mind, and you take charge of it. So it feels like you just focus more on your plan. So if you have like a friend or a frenemy, shall we say, someone who's jealous of the things that you're accomplishing, I feel like you're just getting on, doing you, and you're not allowing it to affect you. But we all have a choice, just being given this energy. I don't know who needs to hear it, but this is what's coming through, because I'm scrying in the water at the same time as doing a reading. I'm seeing someone stub their toe. It's really painful. Okay, so if that's you, I'm sending you a huge hug. I know how painful that can be, but it's like someone stubbing their toe first thing in the morning, it's like, oh, it's really painful. You're angry that that's happened. And you may think, okay, it's going to be one of those days where everything just goes wrong. You can attach that energy to it, or you can go, ow, that really hurt. Okay, that's teaching me that I need to slow down and be a little bit more aware of my circumstances and just be a bit more careful with me because I am precious goods. So let's just take it in a different mindset and just go, you know what, despite that happening, it's going to be an awesome day. So I feel some of you are looking at your mindset because we have the Justice card, which is all about swords, which connects to the mind, communication, thoughts. And we have that Five of Swords there, which can be critical thinking, thoughts that hurt us, or, experiences where people, they try to win at all costs or they try to hurt us. And, you're either leading with love or you're allowing somebody or a situation or even your own inner critical thinking. And we all have that inner critic there. Which one's going to win? Is it love or is it, wallowing in this negative energy? So, that's a very deep kind of energy that's coming out, but your ninth house is influencing that. So it can be that you're asking yourself, what's going to benefit me more? Obviously, whenever we are angry or sad about something, that is an important emotion because the body is screaming out to say, look, I don't like this. Something's got to change. So I feel some of you are setting some changes in motion to benefit you and make sure that, you don't allow anyone to rain on your parade. Let's put it that way. But also with your inner critic, you're also not allowing your inner critic to rain on your parade either. Okay, so it's like you're catching yourself before you have like a negative thought. And you may be looking at the trigger of that negative thought to see what it's about, what's really happening there, and how does it make you feel, and what is the consequence of it. For some people, of course, and we're all human, whenever we get a little bit down, for example, I can only give you my perspective. Whenever I get a little bit down, perhaps I might slump on the sofa. I might grab myself a coffee and sit there with a packet of biscuits all evening and feel like, okay, it's going to be one of those evenings, and then just submerge myself in some sort of movie so that I can just get out of my head, right? Or I can just think about it and just enjoy the biscuit and think afterwards, oh, I shouldn't have done all that. That was, because I'll normally, with those feelings, I don't have like a stop button when I get really down. We all get down, our emotions fluctuate, but then we can really stop in our tracks and notice it. And I feel this is something that you're doing. You're noticing it to see what is the trigger point and how you can sort of approach it from a different angle so it does not have a negative effect on you long term. Because my day-to-day, for example, for me, my day-to-day, I'm not going around just eating like a ton of biscuits all day, right? It's only when I feel things are a little bit low and I'll slip into that energy. We all have something different. So I'm not saying it's about biscuits. Biscuits are great. Everyone should have a biscuit if they want one. But my point being is that sometimes we can go too far, or we can slip into something where we feel, uh-oh, I know I'm slipping into that mode. How can I turn this around? Or is there something that can benefit me? Or am I learning from something that I'm experiencing right now? So that ninth house, very deep soul searching energy. And I feel like, you're connecting to your higher self and your higher wisdom so you can become aware. You're seeing that bird's eye view of how your actions or other people's actions affect mood or affect circumstances, and you're rising above it. Now, also the Lover's card, for some of you, you could literally be getting married. So on a personal level, congratulations, and have a wonderful experience with your partner. There's a lot of love there. There may be some last minute like, ooh, is everything going to work out? And sometimes, especially if you are getting married in the month of September, sometimes it feels like you're slightly detached from the experience because you're in it, you're making sure that everything is going to plan, but at the same time, you're trying to enjoy yourself. So there may be a healthy dose of you trying to do both. I feel with that Five of Swords, don't allow the tension to get to you if something isn't exactly the way you planned. Looking at it, the Nine of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune is telling me it's going to be a magical day where everything runs really smoothly. It just may be that thought ticking in the background like, oh, I hope that arrived, or I hope that's going to be okay. And, you know, I hope that person doesn't say that thing in that speech. I hope they admitted that. You know what I mean? It's just like making sure that everything runs smoothly. Now, also, for some of you, if you're single and you're looking for love, there is a potential to meet someone new, and there is a contract between you and that person. You're meant to meet. It's fate. It's destiny. Don't overthink this, especially if you have been hurt in a relationship in the past, or, you know, with the Empress energy there. This is not a gender specific reading. This could be that some of you feel that you've reached a certain age, okay, and you may feel that love is not coming towards you, but that's not true at all. I definitely see love headed in your direction. Now, that Queen of Swords, very independent energy. You're going to be super organized. I feel also this is about you spending quality time with the people that you care about, that you have fun with. But this is also a card of healthy boundaries. So I feel, you know, you're really being discerning about who gets to spend time in your life. But also I feel with that Queen of Swords, this is about you kind of like leaving the past behind in order to embrace the present moment and the future. I feel also a lot of you have got plans that you're adhering to, lots of strategy this month, and I feel like you're being super honest with yourself to be aligned with your plans, your goals, and dreams. You're going to be very productive. You're turning your life around in some way, and there's a little extra luck at the end of the month there for you too. Now, the Empress card in the resistance position, this can indicate that, yes, you've been very, very busy. You've been neglecting your own needs or felt a little bit disconnected from your sense of self, but I feel like you are going to reconnect to that. Some of you may return to a hobby that you used to do, or you may return to a book that you started reading, but you didn't finish. You may start it again, is what I see there, just to get back into it. For some of you, this could be that you revisit an area of where you grew up, or I just get an energy here of revisiting things that actually nourish you, that feel good, and it kind of reminds you about your personal power and who you are and the journey that you've taken till now. Every experience you had has made you who you are right now. Also, the Empress energy, it will go into the upright. So for some of you, creative projects that you've had on the go or put on the back burner, you will revisit these in the month of September and get started on them. I feel very productive, creative month for you. And this is a card of nourishing yourself fully. A lot of potential. For some of you, this could be the month where you give birth. I'm seeing that there as well. And I feel, you know, of course, there's always going to be a little bit of anxiety there. But looking at the outcome, Wheel of Fortune, Nine of Swords, what a beautiful bundle of joy. I would say, you know, congratulations, Sarah, for you. And I feel like, you know, you're going to be an awesome parent. That's what I'm getting there. And for those of you who are already a parent, I feel, you know, it's never easy. We don't come with a manual of how to do life. And you may feel challenged by one child in particular, but actually this person, I feel that they have a lot of love and respect for you, but they're going through something where they're exerting their independence. It's almost like they've learnt all the stuff from you. You're guiding them. You are a guiding force. But now it's like, watch me do it by myself. I know what I'm doing. Even if it's like terrible twos, you know, right through to teenage years. It's like, I got this. I know what to do now. I'm doing it by myself. So I'm just getting that energy there. And of course, you know, everything will run smoothly and there will be peace again. You're doing an awesome job, okay? Now, also with that Empress energy and the Magician card, it can indicate with the Magician in the reverse at first that some of you feel that you've been very scattered in your energy or feeling low energy, low motivation. And I feel it's because you've been super busy, but also it's because you tend to always be thinking about other people's needs. So I feel September is a month where you think a little bit more about yourself and wanting to go off and have your own inner peace or your own moment, even if it's sitting in your car for like 10 minutes listening to the music up loud and going, breathe, relax. I feel this is a time where you make more time for you, okay? But the Magician card, it will go into the upright, so this is your manifestations. There is an energy here of something that you've been wishing for or trying to accomplish for a long time. It's something you've been doing for a very, very long time. That you've been trying to influence, you've been aligned with, that you're passionate about. Sometimes you've lacked motivation or because you feel like you haven't got as far along as you should have done or could have done. Some of you may have even felt that you've been trying your absolute best trying to accomplish this thing, and you may feel that it's just not happened for you. I don't see you giving up on it. I see the universe saying, here's the breakthrough, okay? Just when you're about to walk away from something or think, you know what, I've been doing this for a long time. Dear universe, give me a sign. Let me know that I'm on the right track. This breakthrough is coming for you, and the sign is coming for you. Because I'm getting this energy. There's a movie, just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in again. So some of you, even if it's a business, some of you may have thought, oh, things are not going the way you hope for, or seasonally things have been at a bit of a low or taken a dip, but it's not the end of your story there. I feel like there's more to come, and it's good, it's positive, and I feel like you're taking charge of your energy. If some of you feel like you haven't had resources available to you, whether you're in a career and you feel like there's been a delay in resources, a break in the chain, or you feel perhaps you've been wanting to launch a business but you haven't had everything, all the ingredients together to launch that business, September is a month where everything is available to you to action or take charge of your destiny in some way and influence a part of your life. Now, for some of you, not all of you, this is something that may not resonate with everyone, so I want you to be aware of that. I am getting an energy through where some of you, if your mother figure or guardian, feminine guardian, is still on the earthly plane, I feel this person could come and visit you or come and stay with you, okay? I'm getting an energy where they move in, or maybe you move in with them. Okay, I'm just getting that energy. It's not going to resonate with everyone, but I just see it happening. I mean, it could be like a mother-in-law, if you're married, coming to visit as well. And there may be some tension momentarily. I feel ultimately there's like a lot of love and respect there, but I feel there could be a little bit of like, I know how to do things better energy coming through, but I feel you both honor each other's differences and let bygones be bygones, and everything runs smoothly. So I see that there as well. Now, moving away from energy, King of Wands in the resistance position. Now, this can indicate some of you may have felt like you're not ready for something, or you feel like you're offered something and you're wondering, can I do this? Is now the time? Absolutely, now is the time. You've got this. You're taking charge. You're passionate. You're bold. You're daring. You are affecting your life in a great way where I feel you should have confidence in the next steps that you're taking there. This is about taking charge, taking leadership. So some of you may literally be asked to lead a company, a department, maybe even something in the neighborhood. I mean, it could be literally right down to, you know, a parent group where you're asked to do the cake bake sale, or to lead a group or take charge of something, organize something. And at first you may be like, oh my gosh, I've already got so much on my plate. Can I do this? But the answer is yes, you can do this. I feel it's more about organizing your time, and you see it as actually an exciting challenge, whatever it is. Okay. Also, that King of Wands, I feel in the resistance position like this, there's an energy here of there could be somebody. Now, just be mindful. There could be somebody, whether you're single or not, there's someone here who may make a pass at you, okay? And looking at the energy, I feel for some of you, it's an unwanted attention, okay? So this could be someone abusing their power or their situation. I would just say, just be a little bit mindful. If you know that this person has the potential to be a little bit weird or awkward with you, I would just say, make sure if you can not spend time alone with this person. That's what I would say, especially if it's in a company. But if it is in a company, you may have to take something to HR regarding this person's behavior. Document everything as proof, time, date, what was said, what was done. I would just say, just be mindful of that, okay? There's a little bit of a potential there. Moving away from the energy, King of Wands in the upright, it means your creative juices are flowing, you're taking charge, and you're influencing your life, and you know, things are going in your favor. You're going to be very inspired this month, especially with the Empress there. That's an energy of being very productive. It means that any idea that you've got, you're actually making it happen. It also indicates anything you've already got in motion that you've been working hard to accomplish is going to be very successful, and you're actually going to see some sort of evidence that you're heading in the right direction, or there is a payoff here, some sort of reward happening there for you. I mean, you've got a wish fulfilled here, so you leave the month feeling really proud of yourself. So let me just pull a card because I want to see, are these aspects of self or are these two people? Because we do have the Lovers card there. It can indicate you and your partner, or you and someone have been having some issues. Maybe there's been a bit of a power struggle somewhere, or perhaps you've been wondering, are you wasting your time with a friendship or a person or a situation? And I feel that you make the right decision about this. There's a unity energy about you and this person where you can solve things or work together, because that Justice card is about finding a solution. So if you've been having problems with someone, yeah, there's healing. But it's also about taking accountability for actions, and there's a brighter future ahead of you for both of you. But also, this is a card of hope. It shows that both of you care, you want to find that solution, and it's a new phase of the relationship that you move into. So if you have been having any difficulty, or it's been testing in a friendship or relationship, I feel this is a time of healing. But not just sweeping things under the carpet. It's about ripping off the Band-Aid and saying, look, we got to look at this. We got to see it for what it is, and we got to take accountability. Otherwise, it's never going to be resolved. So the Star is healing energy. Also, the Star, it can be aspects of self that you are pooling all of your energy together to make a major change or do something that you've wished to achieve for quite some time. And you're going to get your wish. The Star is aligning you with the wish, and the Nine of Cups is delivering the wish. So I feel you're doing a really great job of making life work for you. Even if you felt things have been a bit of a struggle, or things have been a little bit out of balance recently, I see things that have been challenging coming to an end. However, with that Five of Swords there, you may deal with someone who likes to win at all costs, or someone who says something that is intended to wound. So I will pull a card on that in a moment. We have the Wheel of Fortune, which means you're turning things around, but also destiny and fate step in to bring you some exciting news. Good luck, good fortune, I would say. Especially at the end of September, great time to launch something for you. I would also say with the Wheel of Fortune that things are going to turn out in a very unexpected way. And I would say these cards altogether say be careful what you wish for, because you're about to receive it. Remember, thoughts become things. Sometimes when we catastrophize something, or we feel like the negative of a situation could occur, we'll draw that to ourselves. And I'm a water element as well as you. And sometimes, in order to protect ourselves, because we tend to be quite sensitive, we think of worst case scenario, because number one, we've been through some stuff, right? And we tend to expect trouble ahead because we've experienced trouble. We've experienced difficult things. So we think of every scenario so that we protect our beautiful heart, so that we don't get hurt again. What's great about that is that we're always prepared for every eventuality. What's not so great about that is that, number one, we catastrophize or have anxiety or fear or worry about something that hasn't even happened yet. And we put all that energy out into the universe. And what's in our heart, we attract. What we are putting out there, we're attracting at this time, especially because you're a third house. So just be a little bit mindful of what you're thinking of at this time. Suddenly, if you're thinking about the most positive outcome, that's the thing that you're drawing towards you. Okay, so just watch out for that. I'm going to pull a card on the Five of Swords because ultimately it's a card of tension. But partnered with the Nine of Cups, it reminds us that tension is good. Why? Because it reminds us that if something isn't going really well, there's going to be tension. It's our body's way of saying we need to change or adjust. And you have the card of adjustment with the Justice card there. So I feel like, you're really looking at something right now that hasn't been working in your life for some time. And you're saying, okay, I'm looking at you. It's time to change. Can we evolve this into something, or do I need to let it go? So I feel right now you're being really honest with yourself, and you're making some abrupt changes. You're clearing house and getting order in your house. And that can be like something as simple as, okay, that closet, I'm looking at you. I haven't opened it for quite some time. I just pop everything in there. But now I want to create more space. I'm going to declutter. I'm going to put some pre-loved goods out there, and, hopefully someone else wants to love them. and I'm going to put it out. I'm just going to get organized. It could be something as simple as that, or it could be something more that you feel, actually, I'm not happy in this area. What can I do to adjust it so I can get the best out of the situation? For some of you, this could also be that you're looking around in your neighborhood of groups, people that you think, okay, they look like my kind of people, or they're into something that I'm into. If you are trying to look for your soul tribe, so this could be you connecting to creative endeavors, creative groups where, you know, you debate things, or you come together and try and change the neighborhood in some way. So let me just pull a card on that Five of Swords, because the Five of Swords is worry, it's stress. It can also indicate that for some of you, especially if you're trying to look at service providers or contracts or subscriptions, it can mean that, you know, someone gives you the brush off, that they say, okay, I'll just put you through to another person, and either they can't help you or you get disconnected. Or it could be that your boss is promising you a promotion and you keep looking at them like, hello, where's that promotion? And they keep giving you the brush off because they're waiting for their boss to sign it off. You know, it can be that you're looking at areas where people just fob you off and you're like, no, not letting that happen anymore. So I feel you could be doing a bit of a deep dive this month. There's a lot going on. Can you please clarify this Five of Swords? Oh, wow. I mean, I'm only choosing the uprights in the deck. We've got the 10 of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune. So it can be, if there's any like conflict in the family, it gets resolved, okay? But it may give you something to think about. You know, how people conduct themselves in an argument, or how they react, how they get defensive, and what is the root cause of it? Even what is the root cause for you? What is it you're protecting? You know, we all have hopes and fears. And looking at this is like hope and fear right here, okay? And I feel like you're getting the best outcome. For some of you, this could be worry about money, but I feel like you are financially secure, or you will be. There could be an increase in money here. You're attracting more affluence, more abundance, but also this is about using your mastery of knowledge and trying to change your financial situation. So you could be starting a business, or maybe even partnering up with someone that you really care about in order to launch something. Maybe you're getting advice from someone on something that perhaps you've looked everywhere on the internet and no one is telling you how to do it. Maybe suddenly you find someone who can help you invest in a way that you want to, or gives you the advice that you desire. The Ten of Pentacles basically is security. You just want to be secure. As a Cancerian, that's a predominant energy. You know, you want to be secure in your relationships, people you care about, friendships. You know, loyalty is important. And I feel like someone is going to show you true loyalty, okay? And even though you may argue with this person from time to time, or, you know, there's conflict, because remember, life is all about ups and downs, and relationships, they're about compromise, they're about monitoring each other's behavior, but also living our truth. So I feel this is, you know, someone kind of showing you that even if you argue, or there is a disagreement, that there's still love there, and that, you know, they still choose you every time. So there is, I would say these two cards also indicate like a windfall. So there may be some sort of win, could be a promotion, could be a bonus, but it could also be something that perhaps is a competition that you enter. I'm not saying everyone go out there and play the lottery. Absolutely not, because there is only a small percentage of you that are going to connect to windfall energy, but it's there, okay? Your final card is the Nine of Cups. Wishes fulfilled, very productive month. I feel like you're going to be on top of things, and I feel you're going to leave the month feeling really content, and something that you've been wishing for a long, long time, that you've actually been taking charge to accomplish, is going to work in your favor. It's showing up for you, and this would be good news, is what I see there. Now, I'm just going to go get some final cards for you before I close your reading. We have the Blood Moon, beginnings, endings, shadow work. We have transformation, secretive energy, obsessive energy. We have the Blue Moon, Lilith. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? And we've got some more there as well. So let me just connect to that. We have Blood Moon, okay? Now we have beginnings, endings, shadow work, emotional cleansing, reset, spiritual growth, emotional baggage, destruction, unexpected situations, it says there as well. I mean, you've got the Wheel of Fortune. The unexpected situation with the Nine of Cups is a good surprise, okay? I want you to be aware of that. Now, we also have Black Moon Lilith, okay? So some of you may actually hear from a friend who's going through something very, very difficult there. For some of you, you're getting over something really difficult. Could be that some of you have gone through a separation or a divorce, perhaps, and you could have experienced someone either holding back from you or not telling you the truth on something, because this can be like secretive energy. And it says here, rebellion, seduction, affairs with other woman or man, shame, envy, rejection, revenge, mystery, darkness, standing in your truth. Okay, now this doesn't mean that, you know, your partner's having an affair. I want you to be aware of that. It's in the resistance position. This energy is what I see. Some of you could have been resolving issues that you've gone through like that, or healing from that. And if you're looking for love, I mean, I see that, you know, there is a loving partnership heading in your direction that is not going to repeat a cycle. So I want you to be aware, okay? Now also we've got the Scorpio card of transformation, changing something. Some of you may be quietly changing something. You could be working on projects, maybe even a personal development project at this time, where you are wanting to see the results before you reveal whatever it is that you've been working on. It says transformation, secretive, obsessive, mysterious, intense, manipulative, destructive, jealous, primal, lustful. Now, I want you to be aware of that energy when it comes to manipulative, destructive. I feel, of course, you're keeping an eye on that in relationships. But a lot of you, if you're in a working environment, there is a potential for one person who's in a position of authority to try and abuse their position of authority. I already mentioned it. Just watch out for that. I feel like there could be some, especially if there's a work event, there could be some alcohol flowing. I feel this person could overstep a professional mark. So just watch out for that. I already mentioned it. And we also have Mercury, which connects to your third house of communication. Awareness, communication, writing, news, which tends to be good news, short trips, thoughts, ideas, perception, learning, intelligence, and Pisces energy, dream, emotional, visions, illusions, escapist, mystical, sensitive, compassionate, healing, and intuitive. So I feel like you have been going through a lot, but you're making some major transformations in your life that you're going to benefit from. And I feel there's a very good end to the month. There's something really exciting that you're going to be very proud of or celebrate that it came your way. But you worked hard for it. You're investing everything you got to make it happen, okay? So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or rune before we close. Okay, so finally we have, isn't that interesting? We have the apple. Now the apple trinket, it can connect to temptation. So it may be, are you tempted to perhaps connect to someone who is either not good for you, or are you connecting to something that isn't good for you? This is you kind of like choosing the healthier option this month and beyond is what I see. Also, I mean, the apple could also mean that you're moving to a place that's connected with like the Big Apple, for example. Or, I mean, for some of you, this could literally be that you are going to have more fruit in your diet, or I mean, Apple can also connect to like technology, online things that will benefit you if you're launching a business, for example. Maybe an apple is a logo in some way, but also we have the swan, and this is the transformation. You know, it can be that you're doing life, you're unfazed, unflappable, and you're taking it with grace. And I feel like whenever you see a swan, their little feet, they go like a mile a minute in the water, but they glide on the surface like it's effortless, okay? And also very protective, hugely protective. Don't ever go near a little swan baby. They're little cygnets. And, you know, otherwise Mama Swan will come right over and be quite aggressive, right? So I feel this is you like protecting your family, the connections that are important to you as well. So I'll leave that there. I feel gracefully you will move through the month of September, doing you, being on top of your projects, being really successful and really proud of yourself and the people around you as well, especially if you have children. I feel, you know, there could be some sort of win there is what I see. So they could like win something that you're really proud of, and that's coming out there too. So I'll leave it there. Hope something resonates because it was quite complex, and I'll leave it there. So thank you so much, my beautiful Cancerians, and love and light.